Yes, very scary. Okay, welcome to part 5 of my miniature haunted house. In this video, I'll be constructing the attic. I'll be creating the walls, the floor, and the ceiling, which would normally require an extensive amount of work. But thanks to the magic of video, all I have to do is simply snap my fingers. And... I guess I have an extensive amount of work ahead of me. The attic is a large space. It measures 31 inches long, 20 inches deep, and 10 inches tall. There's a lot of angles and math involved. I'm really bad at math, so I'm going to make this up as I go along. I'm starting with the attic floor, which I want to raise up just slightly. I built a couple cheap poster board templates to make sure my floors will fit correctly. They are then traced onto sheets of chipboard, which will be used to build the floor, the walls, and the ceiling. I'm gluing a couple scrap pieces of foam board to the underside of the floor. This will raise everything up just a bit. Here I am using glue to demonstrate the gluing process. The right-hand side of the floor is then inserted and appears to be slightly raised up, just like I wanted. But why raise it, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. I'm making floor joists from these. A bundle of sticks that I found in someone's trash that are the perfect size for what I want to do. I don't have enough to do everything I want to do, so I'm making these little wood nubs.
You're a wood nub!
And gluing them to the underside of the floor. When finished, this should give the illusion that each joist runs the entire length of the floor. The left side of the floor is slightly larger and is constructed in the same way. I cut more nubs, glue them to the underside of the floor, make sure everything's spaced correctly, and cue the epic music. That's not the right song. Turn it off. No, off. Turn it off. Sorry. With the floor now fitted, I think my floor joist illusion turned out pretty well. Now for the hard part. Well, maybe not so hard, but tedious for sure. I was able to acquire a generous amount of popsicle sticks, thanks to one of my subscribers. These will make up the boards of the floor, the walls, and the ceiling of this haunted attic. I began by transforming some of the popsicle sticks into floorboards and glued them along the edge of the floor. These were then held in place with clothespins to keep them from lifting off the chipboard. The floorboards were stained differently than my previous floorboards. I gave them a very diluted black wash. This gives the appearance of old unfinished wood, which is common in old unfinished attics. It was about this time I realized my methods for creating miniature boards needed to be sped up. Behold, my miniature floorboard maker jig. This jig allows me to cut up to 100 popsicle sticks at once and saves me hours and hours compared to my old method of creating miniature floorboards. The cutting process is quick and easy. Once the popsicle sticks are loaded in, simply close the jig and trim off the ends. The ends are then quickly sanded. The popsicle sticks are flipped over, and the process is repeated. Fresh floorboards in a fraction of the time. The boards are then stained using a thin black wash and then glued to the chipboard floor using glue. Well, that took some time, but it turned out exactly how I wanted it to. I really loved the variations in the colors and the patterns, and the fact that this just looks like a big old wooden attic floor. The joist work underneath the floor came out really well. I think I'll be able to hide some little creepies in there later on. Now it's time to work on the walls. The walls have a different setup than the floor. They'll have beams running up the sides every 2 feet. You'll see what I mean once the walls are finished. But first, all of the walls need to be covered up in tiny, old-looking wooden boards. Wall number 1, complete. And now it's time for the much larger wall number 2. All the walls in the attic have a wonky shape, so building templates ahead of time really helps to make sure that everything fits together correctly in the end. Nicely done, Doug Roadhamel. Hey, thanks, man. I have to say, I'm really surprised at how well this is looking so far. I included a secret popsicle stick to pay tribute to all the other popsicle sticks. Here again is a shot of one of the poster board templates, which is then traced onto a sheet of chipboard that makes up the wall. The entire wall is then covered in miniature wooden planks, and the whole process is repeated again. Our last little bit of wall is this tiny little triangle with a window in it. It also gets covered in tiny planks, which are then trimmed down to fit the shape of the wall. Looking mighty fine. I went ahead and built the ceiling, which is pretty much the same process as building the walls. I can't believe how well these popsicle sticks worked out. They've really changed the look of the attic and have given it that spooky feeling I'm after. Here, let's look at a before and after. Before, after. before and after. I'm really surprised at how well this project is coming along. I had no idea these popsicle sticks would work out so well. They're just perfect for this project. Hooray for popsicles! I still have some more work to do on the attic, as well as a couple other rooms to finish. But for now, I'm going to take a break and finish up a couple other projects. When I come back, we'll finish the attic and start adding some spooky. Oh. Thanks for watching. See you soon.